Hi, this is a ARES LGBT session debrief, and I've got a young person here that's going to tell us what she felt about the project. So if you could just tell us how you felt about it.
I really found the project useful. There was things that I didn't know about before I came to this project. For instance, the actual act of diversity and how it covers everything. For instance, race and your sexuality, or if you're straight or gay. What I believe is most of the time your race and sexuality is respected within the profession if you're employed by a business. And I believe that it should be like that in general life, so people respect everyone and just through general life, and it should come natural, it should be something natural.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Hello, this is a debrief after the ARES LGBT session that we've had, and I just want to ask you if you could tell me how you felt about the session, how it went.
I thought this session was really, really good because it kind of raises awareness about equality, and that this whole gay thing that's going on isn't seen as important as when people talk about race and things like that, which it is as important, clearly. So yeah, especially in the professional, for me personally, it was more in the professional sort of area that it shocked me the most, because I wasn't aware that there were so many problems. But we did this chart, and it kind of it shows that people who aren't tolerant towards gay people personally can maybe tolerate them professionally, but it's not always the case. So it's something to be aware of, and something to probably improve on. What was the other question?
And maybe could you just tell me what you thought about using film clips and showing films, as a mode of showing you, the problem and weaving a narrative?
I think showing clips is really good because we watch films all the time, and you kind of relate to films. You try to relate to films. So showing clips is kind of like it's showing you sort of like a reality, like you're actually seeing it, so you can visualize it. It's like right in front of you instead of seeing, imagining things. When you imagine things, you kind of put a personal approach to it, and you don't understand it and sort of things like that.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Very eloquent.
Next Goal Win was a very interesting film in my opinion. It is about a remarkable turnaround for a side that held the record for the heaviest defeat in the football history. Most importantly, there's this young person who claims to be the world's first ever transgender international footballer. Although we don't come across her much in the film, it does inevitably catch the eye of the audience in some parts of the film. Salua was born a man but identifies herself as a third gender, which defines a person of the male gender with the feminine qualities. She believes that the game football is a beautiful sport and should be open to everyone. The reason I believe the film is very interesting is because it takes us away from the subject of LGBT, although we as the audience are expecting to see her face some problems. If not problems, at least reflect the LGBT issues and discrimination within football. I, as the audience, waited for that moment and it never happened. It was so normal for them that we got away from all the expectations and started watching the film properly and tried making sense of the scenario instead. I believe how they put the message across was brilliant, especially the link. The way they dragged us away from the problems we've been seeing and experiencing to how normal it can be for some people around the world. Salua was part of a great success and she celebrated it with great passion at the end of the film. She shows us how she feels included and accepted as part of the team. I think as a result, it reminded us that we were all human beings. They can live with it as if it isn't a problem, so can we. But as quoted by Salua, football's too good a game to ruin with discrimination.
Hey guys, hello everybody in Brighton. My name's Jake Graff and I am the writer and director of Chance. I'm really sorry I can't be there today, guys. I am actually filming a web series in London and we're actually using some of the backdrops of Pride, and Pride's tomorrow in London. So we're filming all our interior scenes today and then we're going to be doing all our kind of, looking out the window and seeing the crowds tomorrow. So again, really sorry. I'm sorry to James that I can't be there. Thank you so much, James, for supporting Chance and for taking Chance to Brighton. So I just wanted to say, I hope you guys enjoy the film. And obviously any feedback you guys have got, it would be great. I would love to hear any feedback you have. James has asked me to say a couple of things I'd like to see change. Firstly, I'd like there to be much more diverse representation. I think in the festivals as well, you go and you see a very kind of uniform mix of films. And I know that, the festivals are getting a bit more creative and sort of pushing boundaries a bit now and trying to diversify their programming and be more inclusive. But I think, my last two films, Brace and Chance, one was very trans-masculine themed and one was dealing with, one deals, Chance is sort of older, possibly heavier gay men that you don't see a lot of. And, I just think it's so important for everybody to see themselves represented on screen. Because, if you grow up and you're not seeing yourself on screen, or if you're going to festivals and you're, there's nothing that relates that you can relate to, then I think obviously that makes for quite a lonely experience, really. So, that would be my first thing, to have more representation on screen, across the board for LGBTQI characters. And I think as well, when this content is being made, and obviously it's great that, it's going out to the festivals and so on, but for me, it would be really important for more of it to have a kind of crossover mainstream appeal. I know recently we had Banana and Cucumber, which was great, and Transparent in the States is amazing, and obviously there are gay characters and trans characters popping up and more and more, but I think quite often do they not end up getting sort of written out and dying tragic deaths and being heartbroken and so on. So I mean, I don't actually watch a lot of television, but it seems to be the way of it. So I just think more diverse content, and obviously it would be great if people were commissioning more LGBTQI content, because the more these characters are sort of normalised, the more were seen as just normal people out there, in society. I think the more we can just start to see each other as people instead of gay and bi and trans and queer and anything else. I think that's the way forward. So thank you again, Brighton. I really hope that you're enjoying a beautiful day, and I really hope you enjoy the film. And thank you, James. And I hope to see you all soon. Thanks. Bye.
Dad, I'm really worried about you. Why aren't you returning my calls? Do you know I love you?